Punching that bitch to the side of my fist hurt. Fucking your bitch, I'ma fuck on my dick hurt. I play with the kitty cause it don't got whiskers. Hit from the back on your bitch, I won't kiss her. Beat the bitch down and then I gotta diss her. Gold on my neck like it came from the pisser. If I'm with this bitch, then he out of the picture.
Hello?
Shorty put my dick like a cello. Made that ass shake like motherfucking jello. Pull up on the nigga, I'ma shoot like hello. Hello, I got a hug for your fellow. Hi, shorty wanna see my bust down.
Good morning, fellas. Welcome back to the Ham and Eggs podcast with your boy, the Ham Champ, and I am gladly welcoming my first guest this week. If he would like to introduce himself.
Hello, boys. This is Tanner Benton, your two-time last place finishee, and I won the first year.
So he has a championship. He wants that to be known.
Oh yes. I can go to Champs Dinner every year, which is all I care about.
That's all you care about. You would
Okay,
hate to be hate to be like Matt and have to drive us there.
And even if I didn't have a championship, there wasn't a chance I would drive y'all.
Well, all right. We'll go ahead and just hop in. There's a lot to cover this week. Got a lot of trades, shit ton of trades to cover. Then we'll hop into last week review, and then see what's gonna happen in this week, and get some predictions. See what Tanner has, and I'll also see how my predictions went last week. To see who won those. But all right, let's go ahead and hop into the first trade of the week that started it off. Was going to be Bruson and Jays for Bruson added Jamal and DK and $20 for A-Rod and Tyson. Felt like that was a pretty even trade. I know Justin wanted A-Rob a bunch, and he eventually is going to turn that into more, giving them to Tanner later. What did you think about it?
I liked it more for Zach before Jamal Williams played on Monday, because I mean, like I feel like the longer the season goes on, the more DeAndre.
You kind of broke up there. If you wanna.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I like the trade more before Jamal Williams played on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now I'm leaning. I'd rather have Robinson and Tyson, because I think Tyson's like a solid RB2, and I thought potentially Jamal Williams could be an RB2, but I mean like his production in week one wasn't sustainable, as we saw.
No.
As we saw on Monday night. So I mean I definitely think there's a huge difference. There's for sure a bigger difference between Tyson and Jamal than there's a difference between Allen Robinson and DK Metcalf.
100%. Yeah, I definitely agree on that one. Tyson is definitely more of an RB2 with a better floor, obviously, because he doesn't really have anybody behind him but Latave and some nobodies from the practice squad. So I definitely believe that Tyson is definitely the better running back in the deal for that.
Yeah, and I really like Tyson as the season goes on. I mean, he's been loads better than Latavius Murray. He passes the eye test.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I feel like as the season going on, like it'll be malpractice not to play him more. So
Right.
I definitely love that. I love that deal for Justin. And I mean, I mean, Fab is pretty worthless at the end of the day. So I mean,
Yeah, I have none now.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's good for a beefy bid, but like trading Fab to get a deal done. Like if you add Fab to a deal sent to me, it's not gonna make me accept it, you know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'll throw in $20. But like, I mean, okay, thank you. Like,
Yeah, but like it's not gonna like push me over the edge
right,
to accept a trade that I already didn't like.
Exactly. All right, so the next one then is actually involving you, Tanner, where you actually get Kittle for Sterling and Hollywood. Now, I was mad because I was about to make a similar trade, or just about to make a similar offer to Thomas, but that's okay. I understand that whoever gets to him first is usually the one that prospers. So You went ahead, did that,
Yeah,
got a great trade for Kittle, and I think you're kind of set up with him now.
yeah. Well, I was set up with him. I traded him.
Oh,
We'll get on to
true. I
that
forgot.
shortly.
My bad.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the next trade actually. We actually have to talk about.
I was pacing around at my work, just I saw the Thomas nicknamed Kittle the bench warmer, so I saw an opportunity to pounce on that. So I sent him and Marquise Brown and Sterling Shepard at the start of the season flourishing. So I mean, and I don't necessarily believe them rest of the season. I mean, Sterling, he Evan Ingram's out. Galladay's injured. Saquon's getting back to speed. So I thought like, and we know what Sterling Shepard is. So I mean,
Yes,
I thought his
100%.
production like I didn't I thought his production would eventually go back down. As for Marquise, I don't trust the Ravens passing game
You know how
to
I feel about
sustain him.
Marquise.
Yeah, I know you hate him.
I
So
fuck that motherfucker.
I didn't trust either of those to be wide receiver twos the rest of the season. So I figured I'd buy low on Kittle and just use him as a trade piece.
Right. No, I agree. No, I agree. And that was a good trade piece to have. And that's how we get into our next trade actually, which also involves you and then our boy Jay, who I think had to have made some of the most trades, like made the most trades in a week in our league. I would have to
Yeah,
say that would have to be a thing. Um,
yeah, he made a lot of trades.
made a bunch of trades. So the next one then is like I said, involving Tanner and Justin, and Tanner gets Russell, Allen Robinson, and AJ Brown, and Justin gets Keenan, Kittle, and Aaron. And of what Justin got, I'm pretty sure that he only has one of those players left
Uh,
because
yes, yes, he
because he
does.
still has Kittle, right?
Yes, he does have Kittle.
Okay, so yeah, so just another example of what we mean. Um, but I also, again, I don't mind this trade. I definitely think that I think I like your side of it better, getting Allen and AJ versus like a Kittle and Keenan. Now obviously I like
Hmm.
Kittle, but I do like the two. I think the wide receivers this year having multiple, wide receiver ones or wide receiver twos that are or high end wide receiver twos are just is having that is
Yeah, yeah,
very important this year with the three wide receivers. So that was my view on that trade.
yeah,
I definitely liked it on your side. Not saying that I didn't like it for Justin, especially for maybe what he turned it into. Some deals may have not been his best, especially for Keenan Allen. But again, we'll get into that. Um, but I definitely think you getting the two wide receivers helps. It definitely, I mean, it sets up your team now for sure.
yeah. The what? So Justin has this thing where he sends me trades, and then like I look at it for like 5 seconds, and he quickly withdraws it. And like they're good trades. Like I would accept it if I had like look at
Like
it. But like
yeah,
he'll
like
send
ample
it.
time to look at it. Right.
Yeah, he'll send it, and like I'm like, oh, that's a good offer, but like I don't want to be too hasty and just accept it before I have time to think. So I mean, I look at it for like 30 seconds, and he of course withdraws it. So he did this like 5 minutes before he sent me this one. So I mean, so I had to really look at this trade very quickly, and I looked at it as kind of a push between Keenan Allen and AJ Brown, kind of a push between Kittle and Robinson.
You broke up after the Kittle and Robinson. I can't hear you.
Yeah. So can you
Okay,
hear me?
now I can. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I viewed George Kittle and
And Robinson as a
Allen
push.
Robinson.
Right.
Yeah, and then I mean I like looking back on it, I do like Keenan more than AJ Brown. I like Keenan more than both those wide receivers right now, but I also like Russell over Rodgers, and I needed I
100%.
needed a wide receiver. I needed a wide receiver for Kittle
Right.
to because I already had Hawk, so
Right. Yeah. You don't need a
I
tight end.
yeah, so that trade pretty much fixed my team almost. I made one more trade later on.
Yes. But yeah, I do. I understand what you mean. I do. I am a fan of Keenan over the other two wide receivers as well. I love Justin Herbert. Um, I actually, it was between him and Josh Allen for my early season MVP picks, actually. And now it's looking like Kyler. So, but I do love me some Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I also love Herbert. selected Rogers 2 picks before her. I mean,
Yeah, I was thinking about drafting Herbert there, and I don't know. I went QB super late this year, but it ended up working out for me, as we'll see.
yeah, I did like Rogers over Herbert, but I mean he definitely it Herbert's a more fun quarterback to have because he's young and has the upside. But Rod, I just couldn't pass. It could
Yeah,
make sense to
right. No, I
take him before
understand.
Rogers.
No, I completely get it. Completely get it. Okay, so we're not going to talk about the veto trade. That just doesn't make sense to. All right, so the next one then, again involving Tanner, also made a bunch of trades this week. I think this was his last one though, if I'm not mistaken. Where he turned Chuba Hubbard into Jamar Chase.
Oh
Um,
yes, yes,
and now I mean
yeah.
I like this trade a lot. I don't, Thomas needs CMC's backup. Get it, and you get your rookie wide receiver that you've been talking shit about all this offseason, but now you want him, which is funny.
Oh God, yeah, oh yeah. I wanted him really badly before the season, and then he started doing shit in preseason. So I pretty much took him off my board, and then of course when the season starts, he just starts raping shit.
Yeah, of course, the
So
season starts and he fucking just goes off, and it's like, oh, okay, my bad. Like, where did this come from?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah. After the first week, I sent Thomas Hollywood and all my fab for Jamar Chase, and he declined it. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I guess I'm not getting Jamar Chase this year, but I did
Right,
have in case TMC got injured, and
right.
of course TMC got
Of
injured
course, yeah,
this this Thursday, and I mean Chuba's going to be an RB1.
100%. Yeah, he looked good too in the limited work
Yeah,
he got, coming in for him after CMC's injury. I mean, I thought he looked pretty well.
yeah, yeah. What I was weighing, like, deciding, do I set like, okay, so right now Christian McCaffrey is going to be out a minimum of 2 weeks, so I'm like, all right, do I hold and wait for a potentially worse injury news for Christian, or do I send him now and have Jamar Chase for the rest of the year? So I just decided to cash out on Jamar Chase right now. So me and Thomas, we're gonna send that trade through after the 1 o'clock games today.
Gotcha. Yeah, because they'll both lock, right? Then
Yeah,
I
trust me,
gotcha.
trust me. I would have loved Chase this week against you.
No, I don't need him. I don't need that. That's the last thing I need. I already have to go against somebody else that we woke up to. But all right, so the next trade then actually involves me now, and then again, Jay, where Jay gets Derek Carr, Kareem Hunt, and Jalen Waddle for Ronald Jones, Laviscus Chenault, and Aaron Rodgers, and then I also get 40 40 free agent bucks for that as well, and that was for trying to secure Mark, obviously. Um, Now this trade, I personally, obviously, I like it. I did it, so I mean, I thought, and obviously, I get my boy Aaron. He's home. I'm gonna wear his jersey later. I can't wait. I've missed him. And I'm pumped. I like Ronald as my nice depth, and then I've been super high on Laviscus all year, so I think he'll be able to turn it around.
Yeah, I like this trade for both of you guys. So yeah, I mean obviously Rogers is you're getting the best player in this deal, and then Kareem Hunt is loads better than Ronald Jones. Kareem
Yes,
Hunt has
100%.
massive. Yeah, he's a startable RB3, and he has massive upside if Chubb gets
Massive upside.
injured.
No,
I
100%.
I,
Yeah.
I love Kareem Hunt, and this is honestly a very fair trade. I don't see why Jay had to give $40, but
He
then
actually
I
offered the 40 bucks originally, so
yeah. I like Jalen Waddle much more than Laviska Shenault. Me personally, I think Laviska Shenault is waiver trash.
really, you don't like Laviscus?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, he's just a poor man's Juju.
See, okay. I the
And
way
I
I
and
the
I
way I
I hate Juju.
yes, I know. We know that one. Um, the way I look at Laviscus is, especially if you look at week one. I mean, Trevor threw for 51 times. I mean, they have to go somewhere, and he had the most time in the preseason with Laviscus, with Marvin Jones kind of being out a couple of times, and then DJ Chark not being able to be in the preseason either. So that's why I've always been high on Laviscus. And then I also have Trevor, so I get a nice stack if I ever do start them both.
Exactly. Yeah, but my perspective, I definitely like Marvin Jones most out of all these wide receivers right now. I liked Shark, or my rankings coming in were Shark, Laviska, and then Marvin Jones last. But it seems for right now, I would take Marvin Jones, then DJ Shark, and then what's his face, and then Laviska.
And Laviscus. Right. I mean, I get it. I'm also not a fan of. I've been trying to get, Waddle's been, I don't know. He's just, I mean, I almost dropped him a bunch of times, and I just couldn't do it because he's a rookie, and it's like I can't drop a rookie.
He's a rookie. Yeah, you can't. He's a rookie and has upside. He's gotten a handful of targets the first 2 weeks, but
Right.
I mean, but there's other wide receivers there. Jacoby Brissett is starting
I
for
was
the
just
next
about
3
to say
weeks.
at least the next 3 weeks, dude. I don't know how that goes though. I mean, he looked okay in Indy, but I don't know how that. I don't think the Dolphins looked as good as they were like advertised to be this year. If that makes sense. I think I do not think they are kind of living up to that, especially their offense. I don't think two is the answer either.
Yeah. So and that brings us to our next trade. So
Right.
me and Justin did Jamison Crowder and 10 fab for Jalen Waddle. And that was so he could outbid you to get Andrews.
Yes, literally a minute before. I saw that trade go through. I'm literally sitting watching the clock. I'm legitimately. This is what I'm doing. I'm in the car with Melinda, right? I'm in the passenger seat. I'm watching the clock. I'm like, okay, it's almost 10:12. Okay, it's almost 10:12. Okay, it's almost 10:12. And then I see a trade has been complete, and I'm like, fuck. I just knew that something was wrong. I just knew. And I open it and it said $10. And I look, and then now Justin has more than me, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I knew there was a fucking problem. I knew that oh man, that was heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that was funny as shit.
Yeah, that was. You actually, real quick, we did skip the most egregious or outrageous trade of the week of Keenan for Justin Fields. Clearly Justin wins on this one. Or just kidding. Jake wins on this one.
Yeah.
But Jay gets his guy. I hope he starts the rest of the year and he proves us wrong. That's all I could say.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's obviously a bad trade, but I mean, I can also I also see Justin's perspective. Like the Bears have been starved for a quarterback for like 40 years. This is the best prospect we've ever gotten. So I mean, I can definitely and Jake wasn't selling him for anything less than Keenan. So and I mean, I gave up more.
Yeah, you gave what was the trade for RG3? I remember you saying that, and I couldn't think of it on the top of my head.
I gave up so much, but that was after he scored like 30 in the first 2 weeks. I traded, and he was the number one quarterback that year. I traded. What did I trade? I traded LaShawn McCoy, my third overall pick, a wide receiver, and Darren Sproles or something. But looking back on it, it was an awful trade. But I did score the most points that season just because I had like filthy depth.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it works out. So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't like this trade for Justin because his depth is awful.
His depth is awful now. Like his depth is just.
It doesn't make sense at all.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, he got his guys. So.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And then like I said, he was complaining about the waivers, and I'm like, I don't know what you want. All right, the next one is our cap commish, and Bruson. Schulze adds Robert Woods and Trey Sermon, and Bruson gets Tony Pollard and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm not a fan of Clyde, I can tell you that much. But I do like Tony as a Zeke owner. I know what Tony is, and I know that I'm pretty sure I'm looking at a committee now in Dallas, which is fucking sucks to say as my fourth overall pick, but I'm definitely seeing the committee there because they both, I mean, both of them have different, I think, skill sets, and they were kind of bouncing off each other really well. But I definitely like Schulze's side getting Trey and Robert Woods. I like Trey in the backfield. I think, especially with Hasty and Mostert now on IR, like both of them on IR. I definitely like Sermon a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm guessing what Matt's banking on is that Sermon runs away with the job this week. I mean, Clyde. Yeah, Clyde is trash. I'd much rather
Yes.
have Sermon. Sermon right now because I feel like he's gonna be like he's gonna get his work as long as he's not injured.
Mhm.
And I mean Robert. And yeah, he needed a wide receiver. So yeah, I like this trade a lot for Matt.
Yes, and yeah, no, I definitely think, and I think, I mean, I think Tony is, like I said, for Bruceon is the main piece for him, obviously, and I think Clyde's just kind of extra, and I think it kind of, I don't know, I don't remember Bruceon's team off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that just kind of gives him some depth, um, at
Yeah,
the running
or
back
yeah,
spot.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he's fine at running backs, and I
Yeah.
mean Tony's an infinity stone. So if Zeke gets injured, he's
Oh yeah.
immediately a workhorse. And I mean, he's
He's
just banking on
immediately.
Clyde to have some positive regression. So
Exactly.
I understand it for both of them. It's a good
Yes.
trade.
No. 100%. I know. I completely get it. All right, the next one is actually me and Justin again, where I trade him what I bid for Mark Andrews, and obviously I get Mark Andrews. Pretty
Yeah,
easy, pretty straightforward. I guess I actually have no clue why Justin sent me this trade. I was actually just playing some video games and I got the fucking text, and I accepted it immediately. Didn't even think about it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. In the end, I don't think I think him bidding was more of a troll.
Probably, yeah, I definitely think so too. Um, and then I obviously gave me and Bruce had been trading back Tyler Higbee. I was gonna drop him anyways. He said he would offer me $2. Fuck it, I'll take $2.
Yeah, exactly. And then me and Justin
Yeah,
traded back our Jalen
traded
Waddle.
traded back your Jalen Waddle, Jameson Crowder. Um, which why did y'all do that? You just wanted to, or
I mean, we did the trade because he was planning to outbid you, and I just asked if he wanted to trade back because I
because
didn't know if like
because
yeah,
right,
because I mean yeah, he sent Andrews back, so I was like, well, do you want Jalen back? Because I didn't know if he wanted Jalen back or not, and so I mean I gave him the if he wanted Jalen back, I was gonna give it to
you can
him.
give it back. Yeah, no, I mean I get that. That's fair. All right, well that
Yeah.
I believe that wraps up the trades. Yeah, everything's from an hour ago. So that doesn't. Justin added Darius Slayton. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll hop into our. He just been, dude. He gets so many. He added Justin Jackson. Like, holy shit. He's just added so many people.
Yeah, but
Um.
it's a heaping pile of trash.
Well, we'll go ahead and hop into the last week. We'll go ahead and hop into, like I said, last week. I'll start off with mine, obviously, always, because they start off on top. So, I ended up getting the win over Thomas. Do you have it pulled up? Like the
Yes.
sleeper? Okay, so you can see. Cool, cool, cool. So obviously Lamar had a fucking game for himself, almost brought it back for him. Definitely nerve wracking watching that. Especially going into half, he only had, I think I think he barely had double digits. And I was like, oh, I have this in the fucking bag. He has to get like 40. And then here we are on the fourth, and I'm fucking sweating because he's at 35, and I'm like, oh my god, is this gonna happen to me again? Um,
Yeah.
but he had himself a night. Um, my side, Tyler Lockett is going off. So happy I drafted him. I was high on him. I'm so happy I drafted him. Um, and
Yeah,
then go ahead. What were you gonna say?
your, your team's definitely looking solid. Yeah, I think you have one of the better teams in the league right now.
I
Your wide
think,
receiver.
yeah, I think my wide receiver is really good with Mike, Tyler, and then obviously if Calvin ever turns around, I mean, he had 10 targets for 63 yards and a touchdown. I mean, that's not what I need for my second round pick that I traded up for, but it's respectable, at least enough to, do something better than he did the week one. I think definitely looking at Thomas, I think a couple of his starts kind of screwed him up. Kittle obviously messed him up. Gaskins and then Landry getting hurt was just kind of a killer for him. Um, I think if Landry's in the game, that whole game, I don't think I win this game though.
Yeah. So yeah, Gaskin's not looking like an RB2.
No, not at all. I mean, he only got 5 carries.
Yeah,
I know they
Thomas
got I know they got blew out by Buffalo, but still 5 carries, like that's
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, with Gaskin and CMC injured, he definitely made a great move getting Cuba, and he still has pretty good wide receiver depth. So I mean, Thomas is in good shape right now, even after the
right.
loss.
Yeah, no, I like Thomas's team a lot actually. He got Chuba obviously for his CMC injury, as we'll talk about in a second when we talk about week 3. But I definitely like Thomas's team a lot. I think he has a very well-rounded team that can, if somebody struggles, somebody else can make up. And I think, like I said, the injury just kind of screwed him on that one. And Deontay got injured
Agreed.
too. Or is that?
Yeah,
I don't know when that was in the
that's
game
why.
though.
Yeah, I mean, Deontay and Jarvis Landry got injured. That's why I needed Marquise and Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he needed the wide receivers, 100%. No, 100%. Yeah, I agree. All
Taking
right,
advantage of all.
right, right. All right, next one. I think the reason why Justin made so many trades is because of how this game went out or went about. So we have Kyler obviously taking the win over Justin with a 121.86 to a 94.12. Um, Justin's team last week, he started Henderson and Ronald, getting the 20 combined. Doesn't even, barely beats out what Dalvin did by himself. Looking at his wide receivers,
Yeah.
DK and AJ, the guys that he traded, I guess traded back for technically with y'all's trade. Also only getting 11. I mean, doesn't even do what fucking Brandon Cooks does, let alone what Cooper Kupp is doing this year. Because Cooper Kupp looks amazing. I think he's 100% Matthew Stafford's favorite target and could easily be the best wide receiver this year if it keeps going like it is.
Yeah, I love Kyler's team, except for how injury prone his running backs are. But I loved his move getting Fournette so he can buy himself some leeway once
Yes.
they get injured.
No, I
And then
agree.
yeah, Kyler nailed his wide receiver job. He Devontae Smith, Brandon Cooks, Marvin Jones, and Cooper Kupp. Yeah, he did a great
Yeah, his
job.
wide
And
receiver. Yeah. Go
then
ahead.
Justin, Justin. I think week 2 is evident that you can't spend your first 3 picks on wide receivers because the position is so variable. So you can't count on them to be your rock
No,
every week.
and that's where like I was talking about, I always go for the balance because if you don't, then you run the risk of this happening where your running backs just can't hold a fucking candle to your opposing team's one running back. So
And then wide receivers are just like you can't count on. Like
no,
Tyler drafted wide receivers later than Justin, and they outscored his wide receivers. So
exactly. Because I mean, I drafted Tyler Lockett 2 rounds later than DK Metcalf, and he's supposed to easily be the wide receiver 2, and he's, I mean, blowing him out of the water
yeah,
so far this year.
yeah, I definitely slept on Lockett.
So I do like Terry, obviously. He's there. Um, I hope Justin. I think Justin draft Callaway so you can get him out of his flex with point 0.8. That's got to be probably the worst start of the week. I don't think anybody got 0 this week, so I would
Yeah,
assume that's not the best
I was
start.
I was, I was
All right. Oh shit, that's week 3. The next game we got a Victor taking a close one over Tristan with a 106.28 to a 101.5. Um, Kyler for Tristan is easily the front runner for the MVP after week 2. Obviously, it's early, but I mean Kyler is looking amazing and just kind of doing whatever he wants. He runs everywhere. He is passing everywhere. He's got AJ Green, who kind of looks as a good wide receiver too behind DeAndre. He actually looks not bad. But the real star of this week, especially that really helped Victor win, is Derrick Henry getting 46. With the
Yeah, Trey,
what's up?
we probably should have taken Henry before Zeke and
Yes,
Najee.
yes. I have said that now. If I would have had 46 last week, I wouldn't have been worried in the slightest about fucking
Hmm.
about what's his face, Lamar. Yeah, I have definitely regretted not taking Derrick Henry now. Even after week
Yeah,
one, definitely regret it with that 46 because he can just do that stuff. He's just
yeah,
different. And
yeah. I'm not.
go ahead.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't such a bastard. I had Derrick Henry as my third running back, but I wanted to cuck you out of Alvin. I wanted to cuck Travis out of
Yeah,
Najee.
you had to
So,
cuck me out of
so
Alvin.
I cucked myself.
You did. You definitely cucked yourself. Because I would have loved Alvin, but I'm actually, I don't know. I don't know how. We'll see how it works out, but um, I think you cucking Travis for Najee is probably the worst one of the two, especially because you had Henry at your three. I mean, Alvin's at least like he was
Yeah,
respectable at some people's three. Um, if you, I
yeah,
mean,
but it was funny.
oh,
So
100%. Of course it is. I mean, that's one of the funniest things you could do. Um, if you look at more at it, Mike Evans, having good games for Tristan. Tyreek though, probably the reason why Tristan did not win this past week. Only getting 3. That's definitely not that is not Tyreek Hill numbers, especially for where he drafted him. I would easily say that's
yeah,
100% the reason he lost. Just the lack of I mean I really don't know. I was watching the game and I really don't know what happened out there.
yeah. Well. They put they put their energy on Tyreek, the Ravens defense. Nico Hardman actually led the Ravens targets. So I mean, there will be those weeks for Tyreek where he doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah, I
I
guess
mean,
that's true. It's just I kind of feel like you could almost expect him not to have those weeks just because he's so fast and Patrick Mahomes is
yeah,
so good that eventually they find each other.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, I would take Tyreek over every wide receiver besides Devontae Adams.
I would, yeah, I would do the same. Yeah, I would definitely do the same. I don't, so also looking at it, if you look, Rondale Moore and Michael Pittman on Tristan's bench, if you would have started them for Nelson Aguilar, he obviously also wins that game. So just
Yeah,
bad on
I definitely
Tyreek.
like Tristan's wide receiver depth is pretty
He's
good right now.
got,
Tristan
yeah.
drafted a good.
Yep. No, this is one of. I mean, the return of the Banana City Killers is real. He has
We'll
a.
put we'll
Go ahead.
we'll see if he can we'll see if he can manage a team though. I mean, like the problem with like Jake, Thomas, and Tristan is that they can draft good teams. I don't know if they can manage good teams.
Right.
So
No. Yeah.
we'll see how
It's the year long part that they kind of sometimes struggle with. No, I agree.
exactly.
No,
So
I agree.
we'll see how it progresses.
Right. Okay. Move on into your matchup now versus Bruce. You obviously took the victory, 106 versus Bruceon's 91.98, and you hit a 106.4. My bad. Um, Obviously you don't have Aaron anymore, but he finally, put up the week you needed after his week one, just absolute blunder of a game. Um, and you kind of had some struggles. I mean, Alvin only getting 3, definitely not what you needed. Um, DJ Chark only getting 2, not helpful, but I mean, you had um, good balance across the rest of your players. Najee getting 15, Keenan getting 12, Sterling actually getting 10, and Hawk obviously is looking great this year as well, getting 14.
Yeah. Hawk and Rogers were my rocks.
Oh,
They
100%. Yeah, that's what.
they combined for 40. They were on Monday night. I was down by Zach for a good bit.
Oh, that's true. That was a Monday night game. I forgot. A nice little Monday night comeback. That's
Little
always
Monday
nice.
night.
That's always
Yeah,
nice,
little
dude.
Monday night comeback.
Usually it always happens to me though, so that's usually not nice for
Yeah.
me. I'm still never gonna get over Victor Cruz. So,
Or
um,
Kareem Hunt, a couple years ago.
I mean, yeah. There's who was last year. I mean, fuck. There's a guy against me every year that just fucking goes off on Monday night, and I get fucked. So let's just. I mean, you could probably run down a fucking list. I mean, I can make a whole fantasy team about who's fucked me on Monday night, and probably win. So, um,
Yeah, dude. One time, I was playing Travis on Monday night. I had Brady, and then I finally got, I finally got ahead of Travis. Brady got enough points to get ahead of Travis, and then on the last play of the game, he threw a Hail Mary and it got picked,
oh,
and I lost.
and you lost. You lost on a pick.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I
that
don't
was a
remember that.
tragic.
Holy shit, I don't remember that.
Travis remembers it.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Wow, that's crazy. I actually didn't know that. Okay, let's look at Bruce on the bench. Nobody he could have started over to give him a bump. I don't really know. I mean, is he starting Tannehill this week? I hope not. I just don't. I don't know what he.
He's starting Daniel. He's starting Daniel Jones, which is crap.
Oof, oof. Okay, that's scary. Um,
Yeah.
the big hurt to Bruce on this week. We gotta mention this real quick. Is his big bid going down. Um, is not what he needed. From
Is
Eliza
what going
Mitchell.
down?
His big bid
Yeah.
is not what
Yeah,
he needed.
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, I was
he
much
spent
more.
one of. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I was much more confident going into the week than what my players were actually playing. I thought I was gonna lose because my team wasn't doing great. Rogers bought me out of it. But yeah, Zach was the lowest scoring team this week. So
You're right. I mean, he just. I don't know. Some people are just aren't. I mean, Antonio Gibson's kind of not doing what I think he needed. Um, DeAndre. I mean, DeAndre
yeah,
got
well,
12. CD got 12. A Rob got 8. I mean, it's just kind
yeah,
of
this
they're
is
kind of on the low end of the double digits. You kind of need to be more in the middle to the high end to have those weeks where you get to your 106, and that's kind of what had happened. You know what I mean?
exactly yeah. Like this is the same problem we ran with Justin's team. Is that Matt or Zach went hard with wide receivers, and I mean my wide receivers almost matched his. So
Right. No, exactly. I mean, Keenan beat DeAndre. Okay, CD beat DJ, so y'all are 1-1. Sterling beat Allen Robinson, and that fuck. I mean, that's just like holy shit. When Sterling beats Allen Robinson, like, and
yeah,
then you got
I
Damian Harris beating Robert Woods, and just kind of another reason why you may want to draft a running back.
exactly.
How did you, real quick, let me just add this. How did you view the flex spot at the draft? Because I viewed it as a running back basically always, where I was gonna have a 3 running back, 3 wide receiver team.
I did the same thing. I viewed it as a running to. I was going to value, and I going into the draft process. I was going to pick a third running back.
Right, you were gonna pick a 3rd running back. Okay, you cut off after you were gonna pick a 3rd running back.
Yeah, I was going to pick a third running back before even my first wide receiver, but like at the last second I decided to take Keenan, and then I actually didn't think a running back was going to fall to me. Because Harris is usable running back.
Right,
Like,
I got you. No, okay. All right, moving on. We got 2 more matchups. We had our cap, like I said, Schulze take with a 110 over a 100.12 of Travis. Kind of looking at it, Jalen Hurts is looking like a great pick for Schulze. I actually almost traded for him in the beginning of the year, funny enough, but I think he's looking like a great pick to have for Schulze. Um, kind of looking at his team though. If you look at his next 4 players though, I mean 2, 6, 3, and 1. You can't have that every week because you're not gonna get. Well, I mean Aaron Jones is in his flex. That's fucking me up, but you're also not gonna get 38 from him every week.
exactly.
But
Yeah, like Mike Davis and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are not it. I
no,
was I was pretty high on Mike Davis, but I
I
mean
actually was too.
yeah, but I mean
He's been kind of more of a
Matt had to
disappointment
take
than
the
I
L.
thought, and I actually think, I mean, Justin's kind of made fun of it, but I do like Cordell actually a lot more than Mike. I think he looks way more explosive than Mike. in the kind of offense that we have or are
Yeah, which is
trying to
weird. I
have
mean,
with Arthur Smith.
Mike Davis looks cheap. I don't know.
You keep breaking up. I don't know if you're far away from your mic or something.
Oh no, I'm Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I liked my. Am I breaking up?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. I did like he looked good last year for Carolina, but I haven't watched any Falcons games, so I can't really talk about how good he looked. But I mean, I liked a lot of Schulte's players. I mean, I would have taken Clyde. I wasn't as high as everyone else on Clyde. I had him like around RB 20 or something. But yeah, I mean, I was high on Ayuk, I was high on Davis, but they just haven't worked out for him.
I actually was gonna get fucked up, and because I thought Justin was gonna take Monty, and I was gonna take Clyde. Um,
Yeah,
but Justin gave me a gift.
Yeah, I would have taken Monty if you didn't take him.
Oh,
You know,
100%.
I've been hitting you up
Yes,
multiple
I
times a
know.
week for Monty.
So is Justin. So both of y'all have. I think Justin's kind of regretting not taking him, and then I know you've wanted him. Um,
Yeah,
so
I've sent you very fair offers
yes, I'm not
too.
saying they're not fair. I just like him a lot in my RB2 side, and it's kind of like I
Yeah,
don't want to mess that up.
exactly.
Just kind of like, man, I have a sure thing here, and if I trade it away, I don't know if this is going to be the next sure thing. Um, that's where I view that as. It's just hard because I was high on him. Like I had him as a second round grade, and I almost drafted him. I almost didn't trade up for Calvin and drafted him there because I thought Justin was going to take him. I'm so shocked he fell.
Yeah, no, Monty will be a first round pick next year.
100%.
He's a great running back.
No, 100%. Okay, real quick. Also looking at Travis's team, Kenny Galladay only getting 4. Definitely not what he needs. His tight end getting .3. I mean, that's just not acceptable. I mean, Travis is in the deepest depths of tight end hell, I believe. With that,
Yeah, I actually texted Travis this morning to remind him that he is deep in tight end
like
hell.
he's deep in it. Like if you remember Dante's Inferno with the fucking 7 fucking rings, he's in the fucking 7th. Like
He's
he's
in the
down
fucking
there.
eighth ring.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's fucking past all that shit. He said, "Nah, I created my own one." Um,
Jesus.
but I think I saw that Evan was thinking about making his return this week. Um, I had him last year. He's not my favorite though. He does get high. I don't understand how he gets so many receptions at the end of the year because his production every week to week is just ass to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely a higher upside than some of the other options he had there, which is good.
Yes, I mean he's definitely better than fucking Gerald Everett.
Yeah,
You broke up again.
as far as this team goes, he nailed his first 4 picks
Right.
with Chubb, Eckler, Godwin, DJ Moore, but
Yeah,
after that,
very solid first 4 picks. He's got Justin, like I said, who you both love. Um, he just didn't have the touchdowns this week, but he threw for 338 yards. If he has 2 more touchdowns, I mean, he's at what is that, 20 fucking 3? Um,
mhm.
he still doesn't win, but it's a lot closer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I
So yeah,
think
yeah,
so. He gets more
I think
touchdowns. He has a tight end that doesn't put up 3 yards, and he probably wins that game. Um,
yeah, he definitely could have gotten better late round pick. I mean, Singletary and Connor aren't terrible picks, so I mean, I don't think he had the worst draft.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think he had an awful draft, but I mean, I don't think his brothers did him any favors either.
That's what I told him this morning. I like verbatim.
Like they just like I don't know what I would have maybe gotten somebody else because I don't know what his brothers are thinking when they draft. I mean, I would love to see what their teams are if they play because there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way, right? Like I would love to see that. But all right, last matchup of the week, we had Jake taking on Sam. Jake taking it with a 115.74 over a 102.12. Um, Jake's team is looking incredible. He's got Tom, who is just, I mean, I don't know if you saw the thing, but Tom hasn't looked like this or had these many games in a row since his fucking MVP season in 2007. Um, so I mean, he's obviously just defying the odds again. Um, his running backs not doing the best with Drake, but I think he has Josh Jacobs, doesn't he? Yeah, who was out. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But as you said earlier, the managing of the team is kind of getting them back. He still has Mostert. I didn't know he still has Mostert on his team.
Yeah, and he's out for the season.
Exactly.
So
Why is he on his team? Is he?
yeah, so yeah, it's the same like Tristan thing. Like he's got to manage
He's
his
got to
team.
manage the
Like
team.
I mean, I think his team is average right now. I mean, because he has pretty good wide receivers, but I don't know.
I think the combination. Yeah, I heard you. He has pretty good wide receivers. I think the combination of Tom, the way he's looking with, I think Devontae, Julio. Oh shit! 1 second. Devontae, Julio, and Debo is a really good receiving core, especially with Debo looking clearly like the number one over Ayuk. And then I think the difference though is just Travis Kelce, because Travis Kelce's production every week is, I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah, and
Um,
now he has Keenan, so I mean,
he
he
does have
definitely has
Keenan
one of the
too.
top teams in the league.
I forgot he has Keenan. Yeah, I mean his wide receiver. I mean he easily has the best wide receiver core. With Devontae. I mean I'm assuming he'll start Devontae, Keenan and Julio is what I would assume he's gonna do. And he even has Zach
And
Pascal, who I mean I think is looking pretty good in Indy. He's getting the red zone looks. So I mean I think he's looking pretty good.
yeah, he's a flex.
Yeah, and then just kind of looking at Sam's team. He obviously has Mahomes, who will obviously do, just put up great numbers every week. But I mean, I don't think anybody's ever high on Jonathan Taylor. Um, I mean, I wasn't. I know that. I don't know what you think about him, but
I was I've been I've liked what I've liked what he's done. He had a great game week one. I think he's an RB1.
you think he is?
Yeah, I think Swift is
What did
also an
he?
RB1,
I do
and I
like
think
Swift.
yeah, I think
I do
Saquon is also an RB.
you think so? You think he's having? So you think Sam's team will come around once Saquon's fully back?
Yes, I do. I love how he has an elite quarterback and he builds his team around T.
Three running
Higgins
backs,
is a sol-
right?
T. Higgins is a solid corner piece for his wide receivers, and
Mm-hmm.
then he can figure the wide receivers out. The only thing I don't like about his team is tight ends. See how that works out.
I don't mind Noah Fant. I mean, I definitely he's not definitely in tight end heaven for sure, but um I definitely think that Noah Fant's not a bad. I mean, he's not fucking Gerald Everett like we just talked about. That's for sure. He'll at least get some
Yeah,
receptions and some looks his way. But I do no, I do like Sam's team. I mean, he's got Odell who'll come back this week. So that'll help him figure out the wide receiver a little bit more as well. Because he could probably just take out Christian and put Odell in, and that's more of a solid wide receiver core in my opinion. And then he's got his running back. So Sam's
hmm
1-1. So I definitely think. I mean, he put up 102. Jake had a little bit more of a boom week. Getting the 115. So I think Sam will definitely be all right this year. I definitely like Sam's team this year for sure.
yes. No, Sam's in the first ring of hell.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't make his own new one. Um,
Yeah. So what's the time at right now, Charlie?
uh, 49 minutes.
49 minutes. Okay, so you wanna jump to the week three
Yeah.
matchups now?
I'm jumping onto him right now because me and
Okay,
you
and
first.
I guess because we've analyzed most of the teams, we could just kind of like
Yeah, we
give
can just I
predictions
know
and
we've been kind of going a little bit faster or been a little
do
bit
this
longer this week because of the guests.
and
I'll have to
do the week three matchups a little, just
yeah,
kind of make
I need to
predictions.
outline this a little more so we can try to speed up maybe the trades and the news, whatever we want to talk about at the beginning and then the week two. But that's fine. We'll get into that in a
But
second.
it's all good. I mean, we've analyzed the team a lot.
Yeah.
So
You definitely have to do that at one point. But anyways, we go into it
we're
week
having a
3
good
real
time.
quick. Yeah, 100%. into a week 3. Actually, me and you facing off each other. I actually didn't know that. I actually think that's kind of funny. I mean, I did know that, but not when I was asking about the guests and who I thought should be on, or who everyone thought should be on. I was not thinking that you were playing me. I actually thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Um,
But-
but the projections, you got 141 over 131. It kind of depends. I mean, I could see either one of us coming out with this. Um, I don't know what you think.
In my gut, I think you're going to win. I mean, I love both teams, to be honest. I like this is a very stout matchup, but in my gut,
Yes.
I think you're gonna win.
I think it just depends on who struggles. Like what player,
Exactly.
like if Zeke has a bad game, or if Kamara has another bad game, or if Najee doesn't have the game he needs to have, or something like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, you have Madsen coming in. Like we said, Dalvin out for Kyler, not what he needed. I don't know if he's up yet. Have you seen a text from him?
No, I've been checking.
Not up yet. That'll be okay.
Oh,
Oh,
he did wake up.
he
He
did.
said, "I watched it." He said, "I watched it."
That's fucking funny. All right, well that sucks. And then he had the Undertaker meme too with the
Yeah.
that shit's funny. All right. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I can see this going either way. Moving into the next one,
What's your prediction for this one?
I think I come out with it because I think let me look at it. Let me pull back up. I don't think Kamara's gonna have the game you need, and I think Zeke on Monday night's gonna go off.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I just have a gut feeling.
I think that's the difference too. I think Kamara will put up like 12, and I think for some reason I actually see Zeke getting the 18 he's projected. And I think it's a close matchup, and I think Zeke just edges it out on Monday. I think you get fucked on. I think this week I actually do the fucking on Monday.
I hope not.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, you hope not, but that's in my gut. That's how I see it kind of playing out. Moving on to the next one though, you got Victor taking on Justin. Victor's got a 134 projected over Justin's 110. Definitely the biggest split I've seen over with at the beginning, 85 to 15%. I definitely think Victor's going to take this one pretty easily. And he's got Derrick Henry, who's going to probably do more production than Kareem and Tyson combined. And then you never know what Justin Fields is going to do.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this one needs too much analyzation. I think Victor comes out.
Yeah, pretty easily. I think Victor comes out on this one. All right, you got Kyler taking on Tristan. Tristan is projected to win right now with a 140.35 or to a 136.7, so a very close projection, very close split. Not Travis. Kyler did have Brandon Cooks go on Thursday night, getting 14. I mean, just another solid week from Brandon Cooks, exactly what he needs. And that's a great way for Kyler to start off the week.
This is a good game.
Yeah, this is going to be the matchup of the week, I think. This one and ours, I think, will be the two. Well, actually, wait a second. Looking at it later, like we have really good matchups this week. I think this is a great week. And we'll get into the other ones I'm looking at later, but I think this is a great week. I think. Let me look at it. Dalvin out. Who's he gonna start instead? So I'm assuming he starts Fournette.
Yeah.
So he's got Fournette and Chris. I'm gonna probably give it to Tristan on this one. I think
I'm gonna give it to Kyler.
You're gonna give it to Kyler? Okay, I'm gonna write that.
Yep.
I gotta write these down actually real quick. So you said, we both said me.
I like you.
Yes.
Yep.
3, 4. Sorry if you guys hear my dogs barking, by the way. All right, so we both said me for the matchup of 1. Obviously Vic for the game against Justin, but we are splitting for the first time on this matchup, where I'm gonna take Tristan. And the only reason I'm taking Tristan is because Dalvin's out. Honestly, I think Dalvin out is the reason why he doesn't win.
I'm taking Kyler because I think.
Because you think what you after you said you think you broke up.
I think Devonta Smith is going to blow up on Monday night, and I love Walter.
Devonta against Dallas is actually a great pick. Yeah, no, okay, I see that. Okay, I very understandable. And Cooper Kupp is looking great, so you never know. He could put up 30 again and definitely be the deciding factor on that one. So the next matchup, we got Bruson taking on Thomas. Bruson is predicted to 132.7 to Thomas's 119.28. Clearly, obviously, though, one of the reasons why Thomas is rejected so little right now is because Christian McCaffrey going out Thursday night with only 5, not what he needed from the 1-1 this year. But he did get Chuba for next week, so definitely not helping him this week.
Yeah, exactly. I give the edge to Zach here.
Yeah.
Just basically, like you said, because Christian got injured, and
Yeah.
I don't trust Gaskin.
No, I don't either. Especially, I mean, Vegas is looking decent this year, on the defensive side. So I definitely don't think that's gonna be. It's not gonna be able to help him out to make up a production gap that Christian lost. So Zach definitely gets the edge on this. I think if CMC doesn't go out, I think this matchup's a lot closer.
Exactly.
All right, so in the next one then, we got Travis taking on Sam. Sam actually has the edge right now with a 132.27 to Travis's 127.96. But Travis did have a Thursday night player in DJ Moore getting 15. Just like Kyler, exactly what you need from your wide receiver too. A solid 15. Great way to start Travis's week, especially him being 0-2. I think that was definitely a great way to start the week. Kind of looking at it though, you can go ahead and talk while I try to decide who I'm going to pick if you want.
I'm going with Sam for this one. I like his cornerstone of his 3 RB1s and Mahomes over Herbert, and I think like as I've talked.
You said as you talk about, and then you stop talking again. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So as I've talked about, I definitely value the receivers, and I don't know. I mean, Travis has good running backs too.
I was actually gonna say, I think I was just gonna pick Travis. And the reason I'm picking Travis now, I know, Zaquan's probably gonna have a good game, this week, but I think DeAndre against Baltimore doesn't have the game that Sam needs. And so
DeAndre.
Swift. What did I say?
Oh, okay. No. I just didn't know who you were talking about.
Oh yeah, I think Swift.
Yeah.
I think Swift against Baltimore doesn't have the game he needs. And then I don't know. I don't trust Jonathan Taylor. So because I never know what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As I was talking about earlier, I really like Sam's running back.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with Sam on this one.
All right. So differ again. All right, and then the last matchup of the week. And this is the one I was like, oh, wait a second. This is actually maybe the matchup of the week because the projections are fucking right on top of each other with a 134.33 to a 134.08 with Jake just edging out Scholze on this one. I mean, great matchup this week. I definitely think. Let's see here. We got matching up Travis, Kyle. I mean, I think the deciding factor in this one will probably be Kyle.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, one second.
Yeah, so I think Chris Trey's gone. I think this is going to be. I don't know. I love both. I like both these teams. Fuck. But I don't want to rely on Kenyon Drake and Melvin Gordon. So I'm gonna go with Matt on this one. I like Matt's 3 wide receivers. I think Sermon is going to have a great game tonight. So I think I'm going to go with Matt on this one. And then I'll just ramble on. So yeah, I mean, Keenan Allen's a good matchup with Sermon. I think wide receivers in this matchup are going to be pretty even, but I think I trust Aaron Jones and Mike Davis more than I trust Kenyon Drake and Melvin Gordon, and I think Jalen Hurts can outdo Tom Brady. Okay. Um,
All right, I gotta go real quick. The fucking dogs just hurt Melinda real quick. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just
just name your pick, and then we'll
yeah,
cut it.
man. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna give it to Schultz. I think Justin gets or Jake gets his first loss.
Okay, cool. I also went with Schulze.
All right, dude.
I,
Thank
I
you.
I was talking while you were gone.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you for being on. Great having the first guest, and look forward to more. And then I'll go ahead and upload this, and hopefully everybody else likes it.
All right, cool beans.
All right. Thanks, dude.
All right, peace.
Yeah. See you guys.